Base tanked. Damage is thick. Fucking good. Fucking thick boy too. Circle around. The conk around everywhere. Drop the bubble here. Another phase. Oh, he didn't get phase. We didn't tank it. Actually, don't have to worry about that at all. Because I know we can phase tank the Shaper Slam. 3 endurance charges, how much armor? 22k. And 13k HP. Straight. And we need heal. Alright, he's phased already. He's phased. The slam doesn't hurt me also, right? All of this stuff. I think the balls is basically the only thing that would kill me. We take like 3 or 4. Maybe we'll get an eye. Maybe we'll get an eye. See, that ball hit me right there. Alright. We'll just sit in this. Because, yeah. Waiting for that to first slam. Not bad. Slammed me for like 8k. Alright, let's do wave 39. Not bad, clean, fucking deathless so far. Just coast this, huh? And I really don't know how to get 4 lines, no 5 lines in this map. I can only consistently get like 4 at least. Sometimes I just can't make it to 5. There's Omnia. Let's drag Omni over here a little bit. I want him and Kosis together. He's slowing me. Got the debuff on me. It's fine, we can just base tank him. Curse him. Not trade. We'll do that later. Yep, let's do Kosis now. It's tanking. Dead. Alright, we just hold down the button. You ain't kidding me? Dead. We actually have to leave. We have to get Flask. There's a lot of chaos damage, unfortunately, in these waves, right? One bit of chaos damage would just kill me. Unfortunate. Alright, let's do my last wave. Yeah, build's pretty strong, but that's the one downside. We have to run if we run out of both Flasks. Get Blade Flurry. It's not 10 passive. Alright, last wave. Additional prod, just sort of rippy. Probably another wave of both Omnia and Kosis. Usually they always show up in the final wave. Like, we can face tank them, it's just like, if there's only one by himself, that's fine, but if they're both at the same time, it's sort of dangerous. You gotta separate them. That happens. Like this. Let's get Kosis. Get Omnia. 1-on-1. Dying pretty fast. There must be no minion health. He's dying really fast, this one. Let's kill the minions first, so my evasion doesn't get reset. And time to face tank. Yeah, there must be no minion health, because he's dying really fast. Oh well, we'll take it. Easy, wave 30. And we'll save the last bit because I'll invite some people for wave 30 completion. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching my wave 30. Hey everybody, this is a cast on crit energy blade inquisitor build. So the main idea behind this build is we are building around energy blade. Energy blade is a new gem they introduced where you sacrifice half your ES for large amounts of added lightning damage for your weapon. We are going inquisitor because we are using battlemage in the ascendancy to convert the added flat lightning to flat spell lightning damage for our spell. That provides almost all the damage on this build. We also are going 100% crit through Righteous Providence. We are stat stacking strength and int, which provides huge amounts of ES, which we sacrifice with energy blade for damage. So to get the high amount of ES in this build, we are mostly getting it from the Ivory Tower and Prism Guardian interaction. So Ivory Tower reserves your life, and in return it gives you flat ES, large amounts of it basically. So since we have so much life, we reserve all my life and we get large amounts of flat ES from that and the arrogance setup. And then that large amount of flat ES gets multiplied by our large amount of intelligence. And then also as a bonus, we get large amounts of strength through the Shaper's Touch gloves. That gives us even more ES. And as far as accuracy goes, that can be capped basically just from having high intelligence from the Shaper's Touch gloves. As far as defenses for the build, the Shaper's Touch through the intelligence gives us very high evasion. As you can see, we just have Grace in the hideout, no buffs, no flash up. We have 28,000 evasion. We also have determination and high armor, 22,000. We have purity of elements, so we are immune to ailments, and that's most of the defensive pros of the build. We also have invested in some crit reduction. As far as offense, as you can see, my Cyclone has 100% crit rate just because we are stat stacking these so high, so we can always crit. That means we can focus on crit multi to get more damage once we max out our crit rate. And mostly was at its stat stacking, and the strength actually provides spell damage through Iron Will right here, and that's the main interactions of the build. Just stat stack for damage, crit, and we get pretty good defenses and high ES. Basically everything is for energy blade. That provides all the raw damage, and then crit provides the rest of the damage and the interaction for cast on crit. Alright, we'll go over the gems and gear next. Alright, let's go over the gear and gem links real quickly for the build. We have the energy blade over here. It doesn't matter what you have equipped as your weapon because the energy blade just replaces it. The only thing that gets saved is the gem links. Our helmet is an inward eye since we're scaling ES, life, and mana quite a bit. Our enchantment is Purifying Flames. They take 9% extra damage when they're on count ground, which is always when we're using Purifying Flame. We also got lucky and found an Unnerve on hit helmet Scourge enchantment. Alright, let's go over the amulet. The amulet is just a Eyes of the Great Wolf talisman. We have attributes and global defenses. Global defenses are armor, evasion, and energy shield, which we all have lots of. And attributes is just attribute percent, right? Our anointment is our life and mana leech. It helps keep up the mana, and that life leech is actually ES leech since we have Ghost Reaver. For our shield, we have a Prism Guardian just to reserve our auras. And we have a reduced crit damage taken corruption on it. Our main chest is an Ivory Tower, which we use to reserve our life through the Prism Guardian. And since we reserve life, it equals a lot of ES. That's how we have so much ES on the build. We have a +2 duration corruption, which is really good since Purifying Flame is a duration gem tag. As far as the rings go, we're just stat stacking with strength, int, energy shield, life, and then a resistance if you can find it. Same thing with this one. Our gloves are Shaper Touch gloves, which we use to scale our evasion, ES, and it fixes our accuracy. So these are great. We have a attack speed corruption and a Scourge ES mod. As far as our belt goes, it's a synthesis belt with strength and int %. We essence crafted it with intelligence essence. We hit strength and T1 life, and then the res is whatever. And then we crafted some ES and evasion for the open mod. Our boots are just regular two-tone boots with strength and int. We have movement speed and just life crafted. For our flask, we're using a Jade flask with Surgeon's mod and evasion increased. Granite flask, same thing except armor. Our Quicksilver is just regular Quicksilver. We're using 2 coruscating elixirs because if you use Ivory Tower, our mana and life protect our mana and life. Our mana and life are the only protection against chaos damage. It goes right through the ES, so we have to use this to prevent chaos going through. Otherwise, we have like 500 total life against chaos. With these on, we can basically use this like a shavs. As long as one of these flasks are always up, we have a reuse that end of flask effect. That way we can alternate them to make sure one is always up. It also gives us some fire resistance and less fire damage taken, but mostly it's just so we don't die to chaos damage. And I found that for the build, you want 2 in general, just for quality of life. Alright, let's go over the gem links then. So for our sword or weapon slot, we have Arrogance, Vitality, and Defiance Banner. This is to help reserve all my life. The more life we reserve, the more ES we get from Ivory Tower. In our helmet, we have Blood Rage for attack speed, Sigil Power, Molten Shell, Vol Molten Shell, and Anomalous Cast when damage taken. This is just attack speed, just attack speed and frenzy charges, which is okay. Sigil Power drops when we get hit hard. That means when we get chunked, it adds damage when we spend mana, and we spend mana very, very fast. So it shouldn't take too long to get to max charges. The max charges makes it so that anything in the circle does 18% less damage, and we also get some flat added damage. Molten Shell, we have a lot of armor. This is pretty strong. As far as our shield, we have Grace, Discipline, and Determination in the shield. That's our auras. And my main links for my damage, we have Awakened Cast on Crit, Divergent Purifying Flame, Increased Critical Damage since we have almost 100% crit, Divergent Cyclone, Divergent Inspiration, and Arcane Surge. For mapping, I like to switch in Arc for Arcane Surge just because Arc is a great clear spell, and I still have enough damage even without the Arcane Surge link to just clear while mapping. And for our gloves, we have Energy Blade by itself, a Flame Dash for movement, Assassin's Mark for bossing to cap out my crit, and to also give 49% crit multi. Enduring Cry, since we have the node for instant war cries, this gives us endurance charges. Also does give us a heal for 2000 since we have the node that makes instant war cries, right? And Zealot's Oath, so that life regen is ES regen. We have Anomalous Wrath in my boots, Clarity, Enlighten with Purity of Elements. Alright, those are the gems. Alright, let's go over our skill tree really quickly and jewels. So for the ascendancy, we start with Augury of Penitence. This just does more damage elemental, which we are just pure elemental damage build, and less damage taken from elemental if they're nearby. We also have Righteous Providence. This gives us 100% crit for my Cyclone, and also I think around 80% crit for our spell, which is Purifying Flame / Arc for clear. And Inevitable Judgment lets us ignore elemental resistance, which is great for stuff like simulacrum and stuff, since if there's a resistance mod on the wave, it doesn't affect us at all. And it just lets us skip pen nodes and like pen gems and just get pure damage against bossing, since we have a 100% crit. And then battlemage right here is how we scale my energy blade into damage for our spells. Alright, so for the tree, we have a extremely long tree. We start here at the beginning. We're just grabbing some strength int and the life node 2 point here. We go down here, just follow up to constitution. As far as the gem here, we have Emperor's Mastery. This is just percent attributes and some life and global defenses. We need Iron Will because we have a lot of strength stacking and we're using spells, so this makes our strength do spell damage. The mastery here is just life. Go down here, we just have a jewel here, crit multi, ES, life, and some spell damage. We grab this aura node down here, and we have life reservation. That way I can fit more auras as our life through the Prism Guardian. And then we go down here. This gives us instant war cries for our enduring cry mostly, just so we can get endurance charges and make it an instant regen for my ES. We have the strength stacking node, percent int mastery. We have a second jewel here, just life, ES, strength int, and chaos resistance. We grab this resistance and life node right here too. And we go over here, we grab the Sanctum of Thought just so we do take less crit damage. Between this and my shield corruption, we take minus 58 from crits, which is how we would die if we get unlucky with crits, so that gives us a lot of tank. Just life here, and the curse effect aura, right? Another jewel, crit multi, ES, life, chaos res. Go up here, some purity flesh, life, ES, chaos damage, or chaos resistance, I mean. We use Zealot's Oath, and remember I talked about the instant war cries. This lets us enduring cry for 2000 ES heal about. And we are using vitality, so we are around 660 ES regen. And since we're using purifying flame when we're on conk ground, which is always when we're bossing, it's gonna spit consecrated ground everywhere. The ES regen is about double. It's around 1200 when we're actually fighting. Okay, we go over here. We just have a life node here. We probably need to level up and get this next. And then another jewel. This jewel is our CB jewel. It just has life and some attack speed with sword. Since energy blade is a sword, we got this intelligence node here. We're going here. This is our crit multi node. Gives us a lot of damage. And then the mastery is 25% crit multi against unique enemies, which is when we actually need damage. Our Watcher's Eye right here is just a clarity maximum mana as maximum energy shield, which gives us a lot of energy shield. This gives us what, almost 1000 after scaling. We grab this life and ES node, and we also grab the 10% max life mastery. Another node here for ES and life hybrid. We grab the maximum mana as extra ES, since we do have quite a bit of mana from int scaling, and the Shaper's Touch Gloves. Go over here, we have Ghost Reaver just for ES leech. Ghost Dance, we have a lot of evasion, so Ghost Dance is fairly strong. I was able to fit Unnatural Instinct right here, pretty good spot. We get some life, we get some mana, we get chaos res, and some dex and int, and a little bit crit chance, I guess, but that doesn't really matter, to be honest. And we have Anointed here, attack, mana leech, and life leech. The Life Leech, because the Ghost Reaver turns into ES Leech, and the Mana Leech just helps keep our mana, because when we're going full blast with the cock, alright, we are using quite a bit of mana. That helps us keep our mana up. And down here we have a Cluster Jewel. This is just a stat stacking Cluster Jewel. Ideally you want to increase lightning damage, but we weren't able to find it. I was able to craft a decent one, but this one was up for sale, and this is better than mine, so we bought this one. This just has 8 strength and int per node, and 6 mana and 11 max ES. So each node gives us those stats plus 10% spell damage, which is quite a lot for each node. And our 2 jewels over here are both split personalities. This one gives 80-80. This one gives 85-85 to strengthen int. This is why our tree is so long, because we want to maximize the split personalities. And that's why they're so strong here. Alright, that's it for our tree. If you have any other questions, you can message me in Discord or Twitch chat. Thanks for watching my build video, and good luck with the league, everybody. Alright, let's do a Tropical Island farm here. So I substituted Arc instead of, need to do a Vol Arc here. I switched in Arc instead of, Arcane Surge, just so better clear, right? We have enough damage that we don't actually need Arcane Surge for clear. Yeah, let me gotta find the first Legion or something. Install the fog. Just unleash the Vol Arcs. A Vol Arc can like clear most of this shit by itself. Like just a Vol Arc by itself is like good enough for everything but the rares usually. Usually Vol Arc just kills everything. Great for clear for this stuff when you're doing like super juiced Tropical Islands. Vol Arc as soon as you go into the, what is that, Scourge? It's on this side, should kill them all. Do one more breach, and then we'll do the Alva afterward. That. So yeah, we're on a 5-link basically. I mean, Purifying Flames on the link too, just for a single target. Let's go into Alva while we're here. Left side looks like for going on the left side just for the, what is it, stone. Timeless Mount, the Legion Stone, right? So we can zap them right there. We can just chill here, honestly. We have a lot of time. We'll clear this. Damage is still good on the 5-link. If you want to go pure clear, you could just do Arcane Surge with Arc. But I'm just leaving a Purifying Flame in there for some single target. But if you want to go pure clear, you could just drop Purifying Flame. For sure. Okay, let's see how many simulacrum splinters we can get. I actually don't know how many we can get. I'm not like, I don't have the sextants and everything juiced up for this actually, so shouldn't get too, we won't get like the max amount because we're not a Spector. But I mean, we're clearing fast enough, I think. Pretty tanky. 12k, no, 13k ES, 13k ES, huge armor, huge evasion, purity, so no ailments. What else we got? Ghost Reaver for a pretty good leech. All molten shell too, and molten shell and cast when damage taken. So we got all the damage basically, and really big tank. So yeah, there in this spot. Yeah. And then do this. Bar. Bar clears like most of them. If it's up to 5 link like we have right now, it won't kill the rares though, unfortunately. Like the rares will survive, we have to actually hit them afterward. But the actual, what is it? Yeah, other than bosses and a couple rares, most of them get killed in the ball arc. That's good. Do the pump, start blatant counter. The Scourge with ball arc. Razor clear. Yeah, most of the clear is just ball arc, honestly. It just makes it so much easier to clear. Still alive, the Meerkat boss. There's an Alva right there. Collect everything later once we finish all the enemies. Obviously, alright. Okay, let's go to the right side. I think we should get like 150 splinters or something like that, I would imagine. Depending on the tropical island layout, obviously, right? Like I said, we don't have all the Watchstone spec and stuff, so we're not gonna hit like 200 or something like that. But the clear's like, you can see it's pretty good. And we're tanky, so we don't die that often. And no HH cheating, right? Because I know a lot of people can do this shit with HH, but that's sort of cheating, I think. Because you're just basically HH build, enabling the damage.
Good job.
That. And Ball Arc feels so good. And if we wanted like crazy clear, if you were like didn't have as good gear, you just do 6 link Ball Arc. Just for sure your clear would be much better with it. Oh, we made it to the end already. Went a little too fast. I didn't get full clear, honestly. It's good enough, you know. We got all the temples, we got the albas, we got all the breach stones of Blight, Legion, or whatever. I guess we have the metamorph to do also. I didn't look at the mods. We'll just vault multiple shell just in case. Some weird mods. We got it. Huh. We cleared a little too fast. How many splinters do you think? 100 something? 150 maybe. Let's see.